Week 11 here at SBR Foreign Videos. I'm Peter Loshak, and we're talking right now with returning guest Jeff Grant, sports betting writer from the Bleacher Report. Jeff, thanks for being with us this week.
Great to be with you, Peter.
All right, the first game I assigned you is the Jaguars-Texans game. Now, I admit that last week I was one of the complete idiots who bet the Jaguars big. You know, I thought I was sharp. I thought I was Mr. Sharp guy, you know. But obviously, it turned out the Jaguars are horrible. They should not have been giving, only 3 points. They should not have been getting only 3 points last week. Now they're getting 15 against the Texans. And just looking over the past scores, 5 out of the Jaguars' 9 games this year, they've lost by more than 15 points. Now they're playing Texans, one of the best teams in the NFL. So, on the surface, this line does not seem out of whack at all. If anything, it maybe seems a tad too low. I don't know what to think. Maybe I'm just overreacting because of my embarrassing, bet last week. But what do you think? You think the Texans minus 15 might actually have some value?
I feel like there should be a disclaimer on this video, not just for your misfortune of backing the Jaguars, but I think I'm 0-3 in games that you assign me, these Jaguars games, and I've been on the Jaguars every time. Even played an under that went over the total in the last 10 seconds of the game. So when this came across to me by email, I wasn't exactly thrilled to handicap another Jaguars game, let me tell you. Now, the point spread itself, let's break that down for a minute. Where could the odds maker put this game? Well, the odds maker has put it in no man's land. And what I mean by that, it's in between 2 key numbers and a double-digit spread in between 14 and 17. And that's a lot for teaser protection. A lot of people are just going to blatantly tease down the Texans and add other teams to the card and call it a day. And initially this morning when I was breaking down this game for one of my articles on SBR Forum, I was dead red on the Jacksonville Jaguars again and probably going to go 0-4. Got smart in the afternoon here when we're getting ready to tape this, and I changed my mind. And I changed my mind for one reason. The Houston Texans need home field advantage in the playoffs. They do not want to go to Baltimore, where they lost last year, and they definitely don't want to go to New England, and they play them 3 games down the road. And an important factor for viewers to look for when handicapping this game, this is the Texans' only road game in a span of 5 games. They played on the road against Chicago, and then they go out on the road for 3 games straight. Them and the Green Bay Packers, we discussed this in another video, the Green Bay Packers and Houston Texans, the only 2 NFL teams that play 3 straight road games. So with that in their direction and how well this defense is playing and how well this defense has held down Blaine Gabbert, I think he has a 41 or 42 passer rating. I'm going with the Texans, Peter.
Yeah, no, I mean, gun to my head, I probably would. And what do you think about, I'm sure a ton of people are going to be doing this, using, the Texans in one of those super teasers, like a 10-point teaser, teasing them down to 5.
Oh, man.
Tough, huh?
It's tough to call here. This is a big spread here.
Yeah.
This is the highest number that Houston has ever had to lay in the history of their franchise. That's one of the reasons that it's tough because I don't think you need to tease this. I think they're going to cover this, or they're not going to cover anything. They'll win it by a field goal.
Right.
And I may be contradicting myself, but that's the way I kind of see it. It's either Houston's going to win this game by a field goal, or they're going to comfortably beat the spread, in my opinion. Now, I think they're more motivated on the end to beat the spread. But you start dancing around with teasers like that. I never play teasers, so I'm not really the best person to give any advice on that. But they held Jacksonville to 117 yards of total offense in their first meeting. And this defense is really the reason that Houston is probably the best team in football, in my opinion. The offense has been a little shaky. This is their opportunity to get right. They blew out the Ravens at home. They've had a couple other impressive offensive performances at home. So before you go out on the road, I think that's why the Texans cover this number. But teaser-wise, do whatever you'd like, Peter.
All right. Well, thanks for the analysis, Jeff. We'll see how it turns out. And again, I do apologize for giving you another Jaguars game. In the future, I'll try to not do this again. Thanks, Jeff.
Well, let's watch the score, and then I'll definitely reach out to you if I go 0-4 in a Jaguars game.
All right.